Lastly, in our highlight, Muslims around the world gather to celebrate Eid al-Adha amidst the pandemic. This and more coming up with me, Jomo Chache. Remember, you can reach me on social media. I would love it if you interacted with me at Lookup TV on Facebook as well as Twitter. If you prefer, send me a text on 20374. Let's begin with our first story. EACC has begun the pursuit of former Kenya School of Law senior officials and traders who are said to be behind the loss of 80 million shillings from the institution. The commission was established that payments were made through irregular, illegal, and fraudulent schemes. The payments were done with the sole aim of embezzling public funds. Our reporter Wangari Mwangi has more on that story.
The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has begun the pursuit of former Kenya School of Law senior officials and traders. The Kenya School of Law senior officials and traders are said to be behind the loss of 80 million from the institution. Through two separate suits filed at the High Court, EACC wants the four officials, two traders and their two companies compelled to refund 80 million paid to them without supplying any goods or services. The commission has established the payments were made through irregular illegal scheme. The payments were done with the sole aim of embezzling public funds, which led to the loss of a huge sum of public money from the Kenya School of Law. Among those that the EACC named as beneficiaries of the alleged stolen public funds are the Kenya School of Law Assistant Director of Finance and Administration, Amos Mwangi, Finance Manager Frank Jackson, Deputy Director Maurice Kiwinda, and Assistant Accountant Norbert Gondi. The traders named are Dennis Samachiro and Kenneth Ochieng. Gondi is also listed as Director Farmline Company, which is alleged to have received part of the money. Wangari Mwangi, Lookup TV, Nairobi.
Thank you so much, Carol Wangari Mwangi, for that. And let's move on to the next story, which is a sad story, but that is quite trending at the moment. Gruesome details have now emerged concerning the murder of prominent environmental conservationist Joanna Stutchbury. According to a post-mortem examination conducted by government pathologist Johansen Odor, Ms. Stutchbury was shot 6 times with 3 bullets going straight to her head.
Post-mortem exam has further revealed that Ms. Stutchbury tried to defend herself during the attack and that she died from excessive bleeding and fatal injuries to her head. Following the autopsy report, the Department of Criminal Investigations in Kiambu has said that more detectives have been assigned to find Ms. Stutchbury's killers. Joanna Stutchbury was killed last Thursday at 10 p.m. while driving into a mushroom estate home in Kiambu County. Reports say that she had stopped her car to clear branches off the road when unknown assailants attacked her and shot her 6 times. She was found dead in her car with the engine running and nothing was stolen. 67-year-old Stutchbury was vocal against destruction of forests in Kiambu for commercial developments and was constantly in conflict with local businessmen over her conservation efforts. She had received numerous threats in the course of her work, some of which she had voiced to the conservation community in the country. Ms. Stutchbury has been mourned by various entities and individuals, including President Uhuru Kenyatta and Amnesty International. Waris Kimathi, Lookup TV.
What a sad story that is. I do hope that the culprits are found and put to justice for the sake of the wonderful work that she's been doing in this country in terms of environmental and conservationist projects. Let's move right on. The Kenya Union Post for Primary Education has demanded funding from the government to increase capitation fees in schools. The funds will be used to support capitation fees in schools, and Billy Orlando has more details.
The Kenya Union for Post and Primary Education has raised concerns on the provision of capacitation fees by the government. A top official in the union, the MP for Emuhaya constituency, Honorable Amboko Milemba, a top official in the union and the Honorable Amboko Milemba confirmed that the funds were needed for facilitation of the growing number of students, thanks to the newly introduced free primary and secondary education. The union boss added that the parents have had a hard time digging into their pockets and paying higher since the number of learners is getting higher. Video Orlando, Lookup TV.
Thank you, Billy, for that. The Somali National Army, SNA, has announced the killing of a total of 50 al-Shabaab militants in 2 separate operations. SNA's elite Danab forces have confirmed the killing of 15 al-Shabaab militants and injuring several others in the country's southern lower region of Juba. Here's Warja Miruki with the International Roundup.
Government forces have intensified actions in central and southern Somalia. Somalia's National Army spokesman Ali Hashi Abdi has said that their forces killed 15 al-Shabaab militants, injured others, and destroyed several hideouts in the lower Juba region. Ali Abdi added that such operations will be sustained against al-Shabaab terrorists in lower Juba and other regions. On Monday evening, SNA, backed by Galmudug's regional paramilitary forces, killed 35 al-Shabaab militants in an area near Badwain town in Mudag region in central Somalia. Mohammed Tahlil Bihi, an SNA infantry commander, said that the forces recovered weapons, noting that those killed included senior militants in the ongoing operations in Kaikad location near Badwain town. Mohammed also said that the joint forces liberated several areas in Mudag and Galgudag regions which were under al-Shabaab militants. Al-Shabaab, an extremist organization linked to Al-Qaeda, has not commented on the latest security operation by government forces, which have intensified actions against al-Shabaab militants in central and southern Somalia. Meanwhile, in Ethiopia, the United Nations has said that a convoy bearing food for Ethiopia's war-hit Tigray came under attack at the weekend. This has dealt a further blow to aid distribution in a region threatened with famine. In a statement, the World Food Programme said that the 10-vehicle convoy was attacked about 115 kilometers from the town of Semera while attempting to move essential humanitarian cargo into Tigray region. The WFP said it was working with local officials to determine who was behind the incident. WFP has since then suspended movement of all convoys from Semera until the security of the area can be assured and the drivers can proceed safely. Semera is the capital of Afar region, which borders Tigray to the east. The route via Semera into Tigray has become critical for aid delivery in recent weeks after 2 key bridges along other routes were destroyed in late June. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed sent troops into Tigray last November to detain and disarm leaders of the region's then ruling party, the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF. He said the move was in response to TPLF attacks on federal army camps. Roger Muriuki, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Before we go on break, I'd just like to let you guys know to check out your Twitter. Robert Alai, who was here yesterday, actually is trending right now, and quite interesting comments. Let's take a short break and discuss more about that when we come back.
Revival Sanctuary of Glory presents the 17th Burning Fire Conference from the 18th to the 25th of July at the Revival Sanctuary of Glory, Riruta, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The theme will be Recovery All, hosted by Bishop Dr. Ken and Mercy Ken, alongside guest speakers Apostle Patrick Mureithi, Bishop Julius Tinkoe, Reverend Dan Mwirigi, Pastor Baraka, and guest singers Sarah Karanja, Boni Mwaitege, and Sarah K. For more information, call us on 0722 392 375.
Many of your problems, you, and I mean you, must pray for them. It is only in the place of prayer where you establish a relationship between you and God, because there are battles you must fight. Mpendwa, kuna vita zinakugojea upigane, na usipopigana utapigwa. You either fight or you will be fought. Kama unaweza kaa kwa Mungu abadilishe what you think about money. What you think about money is not what the Bible says about money. Wewe hujui hivyo. Kilio kingine unalia hapo. Shida zingine zimekufuata tabia uzaliwe. Ungetafuta dhabihu nzuri, uombe nayo mbele ya Mungu. Hiyo shida ingeenda haraka, ingeenda asubuhi.
Neno la Hekma with Pastor Ruben Thuo. Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. only on Look Up TV.
Welcome to the Natural Juicing Center. We are a unique organization that seeks to provide the community with an alternative healthcare option. We specialize in the use of a natural holistic system that focuses on building health through cleansing and nourishing of the body. We utilize a variety of natural health promoting methods in our services, which include juicing therapy, hydrotherapy, colon cleansing, massage therapy, and a comprehensive cleansing service, among others. Our juices are freshly made and tailored to each and every client's individual needs after evaluation by our team through our free consultation service. You can now book for any service or order for food supplements on our website www.naturaljuicingcenter.co.ke. You can also visit our center in Kahawa Sukari, house number 1334, Kahawa Sukari Avenue. Natural Juicing Center. Your health is your wealth.
You guys have to tweet about this.
What phone is this? Hey, looks good. How much is it?
You haven't heard of the Optiven offer?
No.
I must excuse you, invest too. Optiven has this amazing offer. If you make a commitment of 900k in any of their value-added projects, you get rewarded with a cool smartphone, bro.
Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now.
Welcome back from that break. I think we shall be going on to the rest of our bulletin. Remember, my name is Jeremy Chache, and you can reach out to me on the social media handles right there on the screen. And let's move on to today's celebrations. It is a big, big day for the Muslim community around the country as they congregate to celebrate Eid ul-Adha, an Islamic holiday that commemorates the willingness of Ibrahim to follow Allah's command to sacrifice his son. Our reporter, Jefferson Mwai, tells us more about the celebration.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Islams around the country and the world at large came out in huge numbers in a quest to celebrate Eid ul-Adha, a religious holiday celebrated to remember Abraham's willingness to obey Allah's command to offer his son as a sacrifice. It is held at the end of the annual Hajj pilgrimage that is usually held in the city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia.
Siku ya leo na siku tatu baada ya leo ni siku za kutekeleza ibada ya kuchinja. Tunafata sunna ama nyayo za baba yetu Nabii Ibrahim kama alivyoamrishwa na Mwenyezi Mungu Subhanahu wa Ta'ala awe ni mwenye kumchinja mwanawe Ismail, kisha baadaye akamtolea kondoo awe ni mwenye kumchinja niaba ya mtoto wake Ismail. Ndio maana tunachinja siku ya leo.
Ni siku ya kusikitikiana, kuwasikitikia mayatima, kuwasikitikia mafukara, kuwasikitikia wasiokuwa na uwezo. Ndio Mwenyezi Mungu Subhanahu wa Ta'ala akatuwekea ibada ya kuchinja ili tuweze kuwakunjua kwa vitoweo wale ambao hawawezi kuweza kupata vitu kama hivi.
And since the event involves sacrifice, people flocked to marketplaces to buy sheep and goats.
Lakini twasikitika sana, mbuzi unaweza kupata mbuzi mdogo kabisa kwa bei ya shilingi 5,000. Ukitaka mbuzi wa kisasa ambaye atatoshea kwa family ni mbuzi kuanzia 8,000, 10,000. Na hatuna otherwise, lazima tufanye hili jambo kwa sababu ni sunna.
Alhamdulillah, biashara nzuri. Mbuzi tunainua mzuri. Tumebarikiwa inshallah, nafurahi na Idi. Tunafurahi na Idi, tumenunua mbuzi mzuri sana.
Also, political leaders sent messages of good wishes to the Muslim community. Deputy President tweeted, and I quote, "May this special holiday bring love and inspire us to work for the..." Former Prime Minister Raila Odinga tweeted, and I quote, "May you all be blessed and become stronger in your faith," end of quote. Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka came in and tweeted, and I quote, "I wish you peace, happiness and success for today and always," end of quote. And also, us here from Look Up TV, we say, Happy Eid ul-Adha.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Let's move on to the next one. Titanium miners Kwale Basic Resources have successfully stopped Mombasa County from charging a 3,000 shilling tax on its vehicles to access the country's main port through a road built by managed by the national government. This comes after the Supreme Court ruled that the country could not charge for a use of a road owned by the national government, setting a precedent that, if it applied nationwide, would cost millions of revenue to all counties. Our business reporter, Carol Wangari Wanjiru, has the report.
According to the ruling made by the Supreme Court, the cessation imposed by Mombasa County government was improperly imposed and did not charge a service under Article 4 of Article 209 of the Constitution of Kenya, with the High Court ordering Mombasa County to refund 1.5 million francs that the miner paid for use of the road in question, which is the Likoni-Ukunda Highway. In the Supreme Court, Base Resources argue that the county did not demonstrate which services were offered, marking the receipt issued as miscellaneous income or Likoni revenue barrier. Following the county governments, which are hard-pressed for cash and have been expanding avenues to collect extra homegrown revenues due to delays in treasury disbursements and growing domestic spending, counties generated 25.52 billion shillings during the third quarter of the last financial year, which was 45.6% of the annual target of 56.02 billion shillings. This is according to the reports by the Controller of Budgets. Mombasa had estimated it will collect 5.2 billion shillings, but only managed less than half of this, collecting 2.4 billion shillings. It expected the national government to fund 7.4 billion shillings from the Exchequer and 1.1 billion shillings as conditional grants. Carol Wangari Wanjiru, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Thank you so much, Carol Wangari Wanjiru. Let's move on to Rwanda. As Rwanda continues its mass testing exercise for COVID-19 virus in Kigali, the Rwanda Ministry of Education has arranged buses to facilitate candidates sitting for the national examinations to and from examination centers. A total of 91 candidates have contracted the virus. Our reporter, Keith Kitonga, has more.
TVET are set to start today, 20th July, and end on 27th July, followed by A-level science practical examinations on July 28th and end on July 30th. Paul Umukunzi, Director General of Rwanda TVET Board and the current coordinator of the transport exercise, says they have currently organized 142 buses, but they plan to increase the number of buses to 200 to solve the challenges of lateness that happened on the first day when the candidates were being taken to their centers. The DG further added, and I quote, "The current estimate of day scholars who will use these buses in Kigali is 1,693. We advise candidates to be at the bus stops as early as they can. The buses will move from 5:30 a.m. for a period of 3 hours and come back in the evening from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. End of quote. He later on reminded the candidates to observe COVID-19 restrictions as they commute to and from the examination centers and while doing the exams. The DG added, and I quote, "Parents who wish to take their candidates to school are requested to drop them at the nearest bus stops and the buses will take them from there. We want to limit movements as much as possible during this lockdown and we assure parents that all students will be transported to their respective centers in time and without a problem." End of quote. Among the examinees set to do their exams, a total of 91 candidates have tested positive for the COVID-19 virus. These candidates will do their exams under special assistance. The National Examination and School Inspection Authority revealed that 67 candidates were under home-based care, while 24 were in isolation rooms at their schools. Kid Gitonga, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
We're going to take another short break, and then when we're back, we'll be talking about sports and more days that have been celebrated, particularly today. Chess, World Chess International Day is today. We'll talk more about it after this break.
Welcome to Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. When you first come in, we'll be happy to receive you at our reception, then proceed to our cozy and well-equipped accommodation facilities. We aim to provide our guests with a unique, comfortable and worthwhile experience. Here at Look Up Guest House, we provide our guests with a continuous supply of room amenities. A cool environment for all your retreat activities.
Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. For reservation, contact us on info@lookupguesthouse.org or call us on 0746 788 707. On the next episode of Walk With Me.
My name is Mary Atieno Minde.
It's all about Mary's marriage, motherhood, and ministry.
Mimi naona na baba yangu anaona na shosho anaona na Eunice who was the maid anaona. Kwa nini mama huoni? And then Elizabeth would tell, mama ko sawa.
Mary is a brand. When you talk to Christian gospel, she's actually what we would call the father of Christian gospel or the mother of Christian gospel, as the case might be. Because you don't talk about old songs without talking about Mary's songs.
Kitu ninapenda kwake ni vile anapenda Mungu na vile anachukia dhambi.
You can catch me on Look Up TV. God bless you.
Walk With Me, Tuesdays from 8 p.m. only on Look Up TV. Revival Sanctuary of Glory presents the 17th Burning Fire Conference from the 18th to the 25th of July at the Revival Sanctuary of Glory, Riruta from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The theme will be Recovery All, hosted by Bishop Dr. Ken and Mercy Ken, alongside guest speakers Apostle Patrick Mureithi, Bishop Julius Tinkoi, Reverend Dan Mwirigi, Pastor Baraka, and guest singers Sarah Karanja, Boni Mwaitege, and Sarah K. For more information, call us on 0722 392 375.
Many of your problems, you, and I mean you, must pray for them. It is only in the place of prayer where you establish a relationship between you and God. Because there are battles you must fight. Mpendwa, kuna vita zinakugojea upigane, na usipopigana utapigwa. You either fight or you will be fought. Kama unaweza kaa kwa Mungu abadilishe what you think about money. What you think about money is not what the Bible says about money. Wewe hujui hivyo. Kilio kingine unalia hapo. Shida zingine zimekufuata tangia uzaliwe. Ungetafuta dhabihu nzuri, uombe nayo mbele ya Mungu. Hiyo shida ingeenda haraka, ingeenda asubuhi.
Neno la Hekma with Pastor Ruben Thuo. Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. only on Look Up TV. Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now.
Welcome back. And if you have got a chessboard at home, please get it out and dust it off and join the world in celebrating International Chess Day, set aside in 1924 to commemorate fans of the strategic board game loved by many, including my colleague Brian Amwai. I may challenge him to a game this weekend, but he's going to give me a couple of lessons right now. Let's go this way.
Okay, we start?
Yes, let's begin.
So listen, I know I'm always in the newsroom with you, we do the news, but something else I do aside is that I'm actually a chess coach.
Okay.
And today being International Chess Day, I think some chess players like me actually celebrating this.
We apologize for that technical hitch from our technical team. If you have a chessboard at home, get it out, dust it off, and join the world in celebrating International Chess Day. Set aside in 1924 to commemorate fans of the strategic board game loved by many, including my very own colleague Brian Mwai. And I did say I will challenge him to a game this weekend. Unfortunately, we tried to set it up today, but the technical team was not able to do that. So we shall move on to the sports. F supports African football's governing body, CAF, supports staging the World Cup every 2 years and is pushing ahead with plans for Continental Super League, according to a statement released on Monday. An executive team meeting chaired by the president Patrice Motsepe in Morocco at the weekend backed a Saudi Arabian proposal at a recent FIFA meeting to change the frequency of the World Cup. Our very own Ochieng Sylvian with the story.
Since Uruguay hosted the first tournament in 1930, the biggest single sport event has been held every 4 years apart from a break during World War II. World Cup qualifying and tournament matches are money spinners, partly due to the TV rate and increase in the frequency will give African National Football Association a desperately needed financial boost. Motsepe did not address fear that a biennial World Cup added to a biennial African Cup of Nations will lead to a fixture congestion. A possible solution will be to combine qualifying for the two tournaments as was done for the 2006 and 2010 competition. The executive has also instructed the Club Competitions Committee to accelerate the feasibility study of an African Super League. There have been no details about the proposed competition, which was first mooted by FIFA President Gianni Infantino at the meeting which CAF official in Morocco last year. Infantino suggested that 20 clubs be permanent participants while others will qualify via regional competition. In April 12, European clubs announced a Super League of their own before a side apart from Barcelona, Real Madrid and Juventus pulled out due to widespread criticism. The 2021-2022 CAF Championship League and the CAF Confederation Cup competition will kick off on September 10th with a preliminary and first round draw to be made not later than August 15th. Bids to host the final of the two competitions will open this November. CAF General Secretary Veron Mosengo Omba briefed the executive on the final report on its affair by auditor PricewaterhouseCoopers, but details were not made in public. The executive told Mosengo Omba to quickly implement the recommendation and to explore the legal consequences of the report findings. Cairo-based CAF is battling to improve its image after a widespread allegation of corruption, and its last president, Malagasy Hamed, was suspended by FIFA last year for financial misconduct. Motsepe and his executive were told good progress was being made in preparation for the 2021 Cup of Nations in Cameroon, which has been postponed until January 2022 because of the coronavirus pandemic. A final inspection is planned for mid-August in Cameroon, who had been replaced by Egypt as 2019 host after failing behind with stadium construction. Coaching Sylvian, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Well, if we're to discuss what's trending for the day, you can go check out the Mama Ngina University, which is actually trending just for the reason that CS Magoha said that they're going to be opening up, starting off actually in September, starting with 90 students. It is going to be based in the Gatundu constituency, excuse me, I think I'm very tired, Gatundu constituency, and also it is a constituent college of Kenyatta University. And with that, that's it for trending news. I will be with you again on Tuesday, same place and time. Until then, a huge thanks to my team that made this bulletin possible. You've been watching Look Up TV, Trending News with me, Jomo Chache. Have a pleasant evening.
We value your feedback and welcome your complaints about our programming and operations.